This is year 26 for me at Alabama, and I'm telling you the truth. When I'm very, very excited for this year's team. We have 9 new kids and 12 returnees, and it was a huge plus for us to get 2 older transfers in the summer, and one including Allie, and then another one in Ashley Prangy from Ohio State, and it just helped the blend of old and new. Kaylee obviously has been here, but she's been the benefit of having Allie and Ashley along with Kayla Davis as older kids in the program, Montana Fouts including her. But just the mix of the old and new has been a lot of fun at practices.
All right, with that, we'll start the questions with Katie.
I'll start with Murph. You kind of just hit on it with getting the transfers, but how soon, losing all the super seniors, did you know you needed to go to the portal and kind of look for some experience and veteran players to come join this year's team?
Well, it was, I don't know when we first contacted you. Might have been late June, because, things have to, she has to decide, and then all the things have to fall into place. And I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. Ashley, I think, had decided earlier, and she had visited with her mom and dad, and, we fell in love with her and what she's going to bring to the program, and then the same thing with Allie. But, obviously, with really only one true senior and Kaylee, I thought we needed a little bit help in the leadership department and just the experience, because they both were Power 5 softball players and had the experience of playing really good teams. And I think both of them are just going to really, really help us.
All right, go ahead, Ashley.
This is a question for Allie and Kaylee. Can you guys talk about the chemistry early on the team, just kind of the vibe of the team early on in the season?
Kaylee, you can go first, then Allie after.
I think everyone already is just being their true self, and that's so important to us because when you come in, we really do want to get to know you for who you are, and that helps us build a good team chemistry. So it's really just the newbies coming in and not being afraid to be themselves. So kudos to them. I feel rejuvenated. I'm 5th year. It's been a long time. So just the newbies coming in and showing their personality has helped me be excited, and I think helped all of us be excited.
Allie?
Yeah, I think this is one of the best team chemistries that I've ever experienced on a team. It seemed like from day one we all really clicked, and that comes from, like she said, the younger kids being really mature and really open, and also the older kids being very inviting and welcoming. And so you can definitely feel the family atmosphere, and so this team's going to be special.
All right, go back to Katie.
For Kaylee, what went into your decision to come back for a 5th year? Was it kind of something you were thinking about even before the World Series, or was it kind of after that you wanted another shot? And then for Allie, you can kind of talk about your decision about coming to Alabama and kind of the factors that went into that.
Well, it was during COVID that I had to decide a grad program to choose, and it was a 2-year or a 1-year program. And so I took a chance on the 2-year program, hoping that Murph would bring me back, but I just told them the other day I would take a 6th and a 7th and an 8th year. That was just no question in my mind. So I'm grateful that they had me back because I'm ready for the ride of a lifetime. This has been the best experience.
All right, we'll go ahead. Sorry.
You're good.
Go ahead. We'll take it to the Zoom here with Justin. Go ahead.
This one's for Murph. You have a lot of graduated talent, and you've got a lot of new talent. Can you tell me how much time you're spending this fall in your coach's room and all that, looking at what your offense is going to look like by the time February gets here?
Well, just this weekend, we're going up to Nashville to play at Lipscomb. And I've kind of just did a very, very little preliminary lineup things, and I'm telling you, it's a puzzle that's going to be hard to fill in because there's so many good kids on this roster right now. And one of the things we do with the actual team is it's called Get to Know Me Day, and they have to fill out a lineup with all the available kids. And if we played that day, I say, give me your lineup. And I know for a fact that it's going to be very hard for the players to do it because it's going to be really hard for me to do it. But I think that's a huge benefit for us. We have speed, we have power, we have lefties, we have righties. We have 4, I think, really good pitchers. Our depth everywhere is really, really good. And, you know, for the coaching staff, it's almost like just getting to know some of the new kids. And like both Allie and Kaylee have said, they right away, I mean, it's been one of the most mature freshman classes we've had. And they've been just really a lot of fun to coach. They ask really good questions. They work hard. So we're pleased with everybody right now.
All right, we'll go back to Katie. Had one for Allie.
Yeah, just kind of talk about your decision to come to Alabama and what all went into that and why this was the right fit for you.
When I was looking for a school after I got in the portal, I was really looking for that family atmosphere, that culture, looking for a place that I really felt like I could be myself at. And right away on my visit, I think within the first 45 minutes, I could feel that here. And so that was really the underlying factor, you know, take out softball, take out, you know, money, whatever. It was really about culture and me fitting in and being happy.
Yeah, go ahead.
For Kaylee, what was that moment like on the field at Bryant-Denny a couple weeks ago? Y'all put out a video after that talking about 100,000, playing softball for 100,000. But you know, y'all have the sign in the outfield that says the best fans in college softball. And then just how much do y'all feel that? And then just talk about what that moment was like in Bryant-Denny, hearing the loud cheers for softball.
Yeah, that was so awesome. I mean, everybody went crazy for softball, and so we appreciate everybody that comes to our games and allows us to have a certain type of momentum in Road Stadium. And so absolutely we would seat 100,000 in there and hope that we could fill it up, because that would be crazy. But our fans travel, our fans come out, and we're appreciative of them. So the moment in Bryant-Denny was really special, and it was awesome to share it with some of my teammates from last year.
Go ahead, Ashley.
This is a question for Murph. Could you talk a little bit more about the freshman class and kind of their skill set that they can bring to this team?
Well, when we went out and recruited people, we have the Player of the Year of Georgia, Tennessee, Michigan. It's a wide variety of infielders, outfielders, catchers. There's no pitchers in this group, so the 6 are position players. But hitting-wise, I think we've got some really, really good swings. Fundamentally, they're terrific, and that's what I like, because they're going to be ready to go right away. And some of them, obviously, are going to have to play and produce immediately. The other part of that is I like that a couple of the others, they don't have to be the star right away, and they can kind of get their feet wet, but just really good athletes. I think 2 or 3 of them are going to have the green light, so we've got some speed. We definitely got some pop. And then defensively, we scrimmaged Sunday, I guess, and within 2 innings, we had turned 2 1-6-3 double plays, and Callie Helvin, the shortstop, she looked like, Omar Vizquel out there, just doing great things as a defender, and just very, very smooth defensive players.
All right, we'll go to the Zoom. Eric, go ahead.
Coach, great to talk to you again. You got Molly Fickner coming to town here for the fall ball. I know she told me, I just talked to her this week, that she's come back before in the Roadhouse. But what's that like for you when you to face a former player of yours? She said she learned so much from you, not just from playing for you, but that year that she stayed with, as a coach.
Yeah, Molly is one of my all-time favorites, and we're so proud of her. And, we have a bunch of friends at ULM. And I know Brooks Williams, she was an assistant basketball coach here, and now she's the head women's basketball coach at ULM. She even brags on Molly. And Molly is doing it the right way, starting at the ground level. And she's doing everything necessary to build a fan base over there. And I know the people of Monroe absolutely love her. And it's one of the coolest things to see her progress from where they started to, and she called me. It was probably January or February, and said, Murph, I think I have a really good incoming freshman pitcher, and I want her to see what it's like against, a really good team. Can we come and play in the fall? And, of course, I was like, absolutely. So, she's smart that way, strategy-wise. She wants to, see where they stand. And, in fall ball, we do keep a score, but it's basically a glorified scrimmage. So it really doesn't matter what happens. And kudos for her. We get to play 3 Division I teams in the fall, which usually doesn't happen because we have Lipscomb, Molly, and then Memphis is coming. So we're really happy about that because we get a good gauge too. But we can't wait to see Molly over here.
All right, go back to Justin Zoom.
Yeah, this one's for Allie. Allie, can you just talk about, even in bullpens and practice and all that, the relationship that you've built with the pitching staff with Montana and how y'all are clicking, even you're just a few weeks into working together?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride as a catcher in getting to know my pitchers. So even during bullpens, I'm asking them questions, not just about, them personally, but what do they like to throw in what situation. And I've tried hard to rotate, too, to get to know everybody on the staff. Montana's great, but she's not our only pitcher, so you have to get to know everybody. But even off the field, going to lunch with people, going to dinner, just talking with them. And in the few months that I've been here, it's made a lot of difference.
All right, we'll go back to Katie.
This is for Murph, kind of like what I was talking about with Kaylee. Alabama softball has a lot of fans, and with the NIL stuff in this off season, you've got some of the most popular athletes on campus. So what's it kind of been like for you as a coach managing that? And then what have you been telling them about kind of their deals and stuff like that?
Well, first of all, I think it's terrific, especially for female athletes who have kind of gotten the short end of the stick with that in the past. But I think now companies, businesses, people see that they're very marketable and they're very popular. And one of the cool things was Cameo came out with their top 10 college athletes, and number 1 by a long shot was Montana Fouts. And then the next 9 were male basketball and football players. So, we're really proud of her and proud of everybody. I know, one thing that, part of this was coaches cannot be the middle person. So compliance and the individual student athlete are forming really, really good partnerships, and obviously they have to tell our compliance department, this is who has reached out to me, whatever the deal might be. And then it's basically up to the individual student athlete to see the end of the deal. But I think it's awesome for these kids to be able to experience this. They're learning stuff in the real world, and they're going to have to grow up really quickly because there's a thing called taxes that they're going to have to deal with. And but I think it's a positive all the way around.